of us know what happens on our street today. All kinds of demons. And we are watching them. Because we are losing our place of authority. Many of us don't know what happens in the other world. You know, they go around, they speak into the air, they release their spirit into the air. That's why every city I enter, right from the plane, I keep speaking over the city. Some months back, there was an economic, what's it called? World Economic Conference, where a witchcraft man was invited to speak over the conference. I don't know how many of us knew about that. Somewhere. My spirit was stirring. I was there. I wish I was there. To release some tongues on the place. You know the reason why they fear when we speak and they attack us? Because they know the strength of our words. So on the street where you live, in the community where you live, take evening walk. And be releasing the spirit of... We have less people who are doing that today. That's why they are dominating and we are being silenced. God's authority is released by his tongue. 2 Samuel chapter 22 verse 9. Come with me very quickly. We're running for time. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by fire. We are to be speaking with authority. Oracles. That's what God called us. Oracles. Not orators. We have so many orators in the church today on the altar. Fluency of language. Fluency. Very fluent. Grammatically fluent. Bible references fluent. Can quote from Living Bible to New Translation to Modern Bible. Of head. But no impact. They are like the priest that Jesus met in the temple. They have the form, but they lack the power. Let us get back to the altar, graduating from being orators to becoming oracles. Speaking the mind of God to people when they come to the assembly. I'm ashamed if anyone comes to church and after preaching, he goes back saying, I don't know what to do. I'm a failure. What am I there for on the altar? As a decorator? I decorate point, flower decoration. What makes impact in the church is not change of musical instrument. It's change of pastor. Change of pastor. You need to change from being an orator. I'm not saying you should be poor in knowledge. No. I'm saying that you should balance it up as oracle. Jesus gave himself to knowledge. But he built power on that knowledge. Paul said, we did not come to you with the enticing words of man's wisdom, but in the demonstration of power and of the Spirit. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 4. In the demonstration of power and of the Spirit. Take note of these other scriptures, please, for your personal study. Acts chapter 2 verse 14 and verse 37. Peter the fisherman, he spake as he stood up. He lifted up his voice. You see, on the altar today, we have not many more voices but noises. There are noise makers on the altar, moving from one pillar to another pillar, from one end of the altar to another altar. Much more entertaining people than imparting lives. Listen to me. People applauding you doesn't mean God approves you. No. Applause should not be mistaken for approval. Don't be carried away by applause. What are you looking for? Did God call you to get applause? Did God call you to get commendation from people? Man, that was a nice message. That was a nice message. And you are nodding your head. Yeah, I really took time to prepare this message. Message that is not massaging the body. Message that is not massaging the soul. Is that a message? Number 2 expression of fire is on your head. On your head. It rested upon their head. We should be fire carriers on our head. When we enter a place, people should know we entered. Cloven tongue of fire rested on their heads. Many years ago, I took a flight, and when I got seated, and here host came and met me. He said, "Sir, may I know you are?" I said, "What about that?" He said, "When you entered, something entered." How can we live in a community and people don't feel you there? People should feel you. Can you put fire on somebody's body and he doesn't feel it? He has to feel it. How can you be a pastor and people come to your church and they don't feel anything is on you? Fire on your head is for publicity. When people saw that fire, they gathered from everywhere. When this fire was noised abroad, fire is self-publicizing. Now, as we go from here after this meeting, you'll find a building burning. And you see people parking their cars to watch the fire. Nobody invited them. Because fire is self-publicizing. Am I making some sense, please? Yes, they ask, do you know the owner? No, I don't know the owner. Why? I just saw the fire burning. People parking from everywhere. People from far distances going there to watch fire. To watch fire. People watch fire burning. That's how they will watch you and watch your church burning. Be on fire. People will branch to watch you. Be on fire. They will branch to watch you. They will stop to watch you. Every house on fire is self-publicizing. They saw fire on the day of Pentecost. They didn't invite people to come. They came there. Number 3 expression of fire is on the feet. Feet of fire. That is for possessing the land. I know Jesus was told in Revelation chapter 10 verse 1 that his feet was as fire. His feet was as fire. His feet was as fire. His face was as like sun, and his feet as pillars of fire. He was possessing everywhere. Everywhere he went to. When demons know that he's coming, they start announcing themselves. Jesus wasn't casting out devils as much as they were casting out themselves. You know, these things are in realms and levels. They were shouting, "Have you come to destroy us before our times?" Not like somebody will sit down with a demon for 20 hours trying to cast out the devil. I look at the scripture, the longest words Jesus used to cast out the devil is "come out." Simple. And when the devil is manifesting, he won't say it the second time because he knows that the devil is already gone. It's like snake whose head is already off. Are you getting something, please? will you go back as fire? Will you go back as fire? Then we also saw fire in the eyes. Now, for more scriptures on fire on the feet, Luke 10:19, Joshua 1:3. Everywhere the soul of a fish shall tread upon has been given to you. I like, please, every one of us who is called into ministry or you are working in the ministry, you should know that your feet is for possession. You are to possess the communities where you are. You are to possess the cities where you are. You are to possess the states where you are. You are to say with me, we are to possess. I didn't hear you very well, please. When he called Joshua, he said, go and possess. He said, whithersoever the soul of your feet shall tread upon is given unto you. He said, all the days of your life, no man shall be able to stand before you. Yes. Our feet are meant for possessing the land. Possessing the land. And our eyes to subdue forces of darkness. Revelation chapter 1 verse 14, Daniel chapter 10 verse 6, and of course Revelation chapter 2 verses 18. That's what. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. Once somebody came to share a testimony in church. He said he came to the church, the man that was privileged to pastor then, with charm on his ring. He came to the church, according to him, to harm me. As he entered the premises of the church, the ring disappeared from his finger. If you are not on fire, they will afflict you. The ring disappeared. Another time somebody else came, he sat down on the last row of the church, a big church, a church of 4,500 people. He sat on the last row. While he sat there, he became uncomfortable. He was moving. The heat on the pew was too heavy for him. They called him to find out what he was looking for. He explained his mission. And after the service, they asked me what I wanted to see him. I said, it's not necessary. What do I see him for? Do you invite a general to be talking to a recruit in the army? You don't do that. What will I see him for? Will I reduce myself? No. Say with me, fire makes the difference. Let me hear you again, please. You are contacting that fire now. I say you are living here without fire. You are living.
Only good news is what we'll hear from you. Keep your hands up. All you lay your hands on to do this week.